Everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 33 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery, where today I would like to make certain things better. Last episode, we got access to the Star Shard, which is super cool, and I've got another one cooking as we speak, but it's requiring a bunch of refined radiance and chromatic compounds. It's all working really well, but there's a few things I think could be improved. So let's look at create, because create has the thing with the stuff that can do things. What's it called? This guy, rotational speed controller. I think I can get one of those, right? And can I get a gear, like a cog, like a big cog gear? And remind me how this thing plugs in and works. Like you do this, and then you do that, and then you're doing that, right? So couldn't I replace one of you guys? Yeah, so I'd want it to be front, and then yeah. So if I rotated that, can I rotate you? Yeah, I can. Except you don't like it, but yeah, you kind of can, right? So I could have you. That should work, right? We'll figure it out. Yeah. I'm just seeing. I don't think I can do this from underneath, right? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So what I could do. You actually need to be. You kind of do need to be there. Okay. No, you don't actually. Yeah, so I can move this, right? So if I removed this, and we put this guy here, and we put this guy here, and we put this guy here, that would be cool, except it's going backwards. Let's do this. Cool anymore? Why are we not cool anymore? Yeah, you're kind of going backwards. Why are you going backwards? Oh, because whatever you're doing doesn't really matter. Okay. So I guess that was an important bit. So what if we did this, and we did that? That works. No, that's also backwards. Why is everybody backwards? Why is no matter what I do, this is going backwards? Dude, that's crazy. Is that how this works? Is it's always going to be the same direction, regardless of what direction you're spinning? I think I can control it this way. Well, that's cool. If I put you there now. Aha, ha, ha! Now we're cooking. Nice. Okay. And now I should be able to get this up to like 128 RPMs. Up, now we're gummed. 96. Gummed. 64. Not terrible. Alright, so that gets me to a decent capacity, right? Now, if I break you, because clearly I did things wrong there. You guys were something. So you're doing what? You're doing... Right. Now, if I put you here, now you're at that. Nice. So I should be able to double you up to 128 now, and you'll be pretty good. Look how much faster this is. Now, here's a question. If I came down here... And I added another shaft and steam engine. You're supposed to be there, Chief. Right? Is that gonna give me more? It does! Huzzah! Now we're doing stuff. Now we're doing some exciting stuff. Do you need to exist? You kind of do, yes. Probably make it so that you don't have to, though. Right? Presumably. If I rotate you, you're still doing everything fine up here, right? Yep. Now if I removed you, and instead put a vertical gearbox here, I don't think you care what direction you're going, because all you're doing is spinning those guys. That's all you're doing. So that works for me. Now, the only problem that I have is that you guys are not getting the crazy fast speeds that your friends are on account of the fact that you're down here instead of part of that. So if I wanted you guys to get the crazy fast speeds, what I would need for you to do... You are a proper gearbox. You are a proper gearbox. Do you think I could put... If I made this guy a vertical... Yeah. Boop. And then I put you here, and I put you here, and I put a vertical gearbox here. And then we did this. And then we did this. Is that cool beans? Right. And then you're not needed, and then you're not needed, and then you're not needed. And then you're not needed, and you're not needed. How much cooler is that? And now you guys are mixing at a faster speed. 512 stress units. And you've got 21,000 out of 49,000 available. But, in theory, I should be able to do another steam engine. Cool. I don't know why I have empty blaze cakes in my inventory. I'm a little bit afraid to find out, but it's all good. So you... and you. Now you're sitting at 52,000, so that's cool. Now, in fairness, these could absolutely be different. Now, this can be a 3x3, is what a few commenters keep telling me. Right? I just need to move this here. Right? And then this fluid tank... we can bump this size up, right? Oh, look at you being all, I can be bigger now. Okay, I see. Yeah, buddy. Cool. 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 Alright, so now your size is quite good. Your heat's still about where you were before. You're still producing, in general, 65,000-ish. But this, instead of this, could 100% be blaze cakes, right? Yeah. And pretty soon I'm going to be getting my infinite blaze cake guy. That gives me a lot more size. We'll get the infinite blaze cake, and then we'll do that upgrade. I think that's cool. Alright, so you're all faster now, right? And you're, like, super cool with how fast you are? And if I wanted to, I could even probably... 192 without too much of a problem? Maybe 224? Getting close. Getting close. I think that's good. That should be fast enough. Alright. Can I have another star? Because I'm loving these stars. Next. Let's see how fast things craft now that I'm like... See how good that is? So much faster. Look at how fast the rose quartzes are going. Look at how fast the nitro crystals are going. Andesite alloy, glowing ingot, polished rose quartz. You should be crafting right now. Why are you no crafting? So you've got a sensor on redstone channel magenta. So magenta should be on down here. And it is, which should have turned you off, which it did. And yeah, why aren't you 0 stress units? Oh, right. Because I removed the gear that he was in charge of using. So that should be a lot faster now. I wonder if doubling this would make it even faster. We could try that. See, now it doesn't have to lift up and down every time. And I could do the same here, right? That's kind of cool. That's a little pro tip for Create. Scheduled. Waiting for final star shard to unlock. Did I not let you... I'm going to tell you not to lock anymore. I'm suspecting that, like other things, it's confusing the different final star shards. Something's weird with Project D's items where, like, the AE system doesn't recognize them correctly. Yeah, but look how much faster this is. That's beautiful. I love when we get to the point where you can, like, really speed things up, and you're like, oh, how fast can we make it go? Yeah, so I don't need you to be in blocking mode. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with no block. What I might do is, do not push crafting ingredients if it contains a pattern input. Right? So, that way, if the chest happens to have gotten backstuffed for some reason, we don't push a new set of ingredients in. Is that fair? I think that's fair. That would happen if you crafted 4 star shards at a time, because these guys can hold presumably 64. 4 star shards would be 80 items, so then it would backstuff and it would not let any more items in. Sweet. Number 3. Okay. So with the star shard being done now, we can do all kinds of cool stuff. Like, for example, I can have unlimited antimatter, right? Like, I can literally just be like, hey, let's do this. Now, I don't know what all good I can use antimatter for, but I could 100% have unlimited of it. Yeah. Why do I do that? Like, that seems like a really good first use of my star shards is unlimited antimatter and maybe unlimited fissile fuel. I mean, it sounds fun, right? So a creative chemical tank would be you. Quest completed, creative chemical tank. Sweet. And I can check this box that just says, hey, these are optional. This is recommended before the final star shard. I'm not quite sure why. I suspect it has something to do with antimatter. But now, in theory, I should be able to do something like... How about I turn you off for a minute? Can I disable your power for a moment? That'll turn you off. I don't want to break this. I don't think antimatter is, like, you know, horrible for the world. Though it probably should be, right? So now my goal is that we still void our polonium. And it still goes into this guy, whose side config will be output on the bottom, input to the top, and auto-eject. So why are you not getting any antimatter? What's going on here, Chief? Have you not made antimatter yet, or are you just voiding it? You shouldn't be voiding it. I break you. You've got antimatter in you. How do I get you to have antimatter? You think antimatter is, like, not allowed in the infinite chemical tank? We could make it infinite fissile fuel. See if it works. Maybe antimatter is, like, not allowed to be infinited. So if I took you, which is fissile fuel, which I can break safely, for the record, and I did this, you're also voiding. You void it all? You might have. Not quite sure what you did. I feel like he voided it all. So that's apparently not how creative chemical tanks work. How do creative chemical tanks work? Since it allows for infinite antimatter. Boom. Yeah, no, it can 100% do infinite antimatter. So talk to me about infinite antimatter. But right now we're voiding antimatter. Alright, I have to go look up how this works. I'll be back. So, gauge dropper, maybe? Is how it works. Let's see if that is about right. So what I should do is vacuum up some antimatter. And then creative chemical tank goes here. And then... do I click it? Do I do this? Do I do that? Oh, hello. There you go. Antimatter infinite. Alright, cool. So now it's going to void... or not void. It's not voiding. Can we dump excess? What? This is a bad place for you people to show up. What do you got for me? Coral blocks. Oh, nothing exciting, to be honest with you. Do like that it can one-shot things. Alright, so I can put this away, the gauge dropper for infinite antimatter. While I'm here, how about a new star shard? We're missing nether stars. Okie dokie then. Why do we need 2 nether stars for a star shard? 1 for the nitro. Yes, no, that makes sense. Okay. So your problem is that you're not voiding the antimatter. So I don't want you to back stuff on antimatter, even though I feel like that's going to take a very long time. So what I can do is we can get another chemical tank, like a basic one. Not an elite one, like a super basic one. Okay, and you can dump excess, right? And that seems cool by me, right? So now you're going to have infinite antimatter. I think at this point we can put our mech upgrades in here because, yeah. And now you're just going to make antimatter pellets for days. I like the sound of that. Okay. And now we can do the same thing with a creative chemical tank if we get more... Now, real quick, wither skeleton skulls. Because here's the deal. Wither skeleton skulls are made with 5 millibuckets of antimatter. So I can get a lot more of those this way. Or I can do metallurgic infuser with this stuff, which is not hard per se, right? Like, I think I'm fine doing it this way. But what we're going to want to do is get Wither Skeleton Skulls crafting faster. Because right now, to make 20 skulls, missing body stones. I thought you knew how to craft body stones. Didn't you know how to craft body stones? You do know how to craft body stones. But clearly you're a mess. So I'm going to remove you. I'm going to remove you. And I'm going to remove you. Okay? And we're going to change these into a processing. Okay? And same for you. And same for you. Actually, I don't think I even need you. If I do this right, I don't need you. And I'm going to do it right. Because I'm going to do it with RF tools. So let's put all you in here. Okay, so you're going to be an RF tools crafter. We can probably start with tier 1. Though you need sequential fabricators, but that's okay. They're on autocraft. Alright, and let's go math this out. Because you're going to go live here. So your job, my friends, will be to take a pattern. Okay, and you will make this very fast. I might need a tier 2 one of these, because I think we need more than 2 recipes. Okay, so let's break down what a Wither Skeleton Skull is. A Wither Skeleton Skull is just a skeleton skull with either this or this. We'll decide later. I think we'll stick with this because I think this is relatively cheap. Though in fairness, it is using EMC, but 1.27 billion EMC up there tells me that I don't care that much. So we're gonna go this route. So you need this, but then you also need to craft this, but then you also need to get this, right? So pattern 1 will be you, but all of you are gonna go to the internal. Okay, apply. So now if I get bones, put 1 bone in there, that should be cool. Now I'm gonna turn you redstone signal on to activate, and then we're gonna save which slots you're all in, right? And then this pattern will be you, and you will also go to internal. Okay. Now the good news is that this so far math-wise is not terrible. Okay. So then if I do... Hey, I thought I told you to remember. Thank you. Off. Okay. Remember. Good. Okay. This pattern will be for the body stone. Apply. And then this pattern will be for the skeleton skull. Apply. This will also go to the internal, and this will go to the external. So in theory, you put in the appropriate resources and you get out the appropriate resources, right? So we're going to need sugar, Mobius fuel, and lapis. Sugar... Mobius fuel, and lapis, right? And let's make sure that your redstone signal is on to activate. So you guys go there, remember, off, remember, and then we should be cool, right? So now, if we did, so it's 3 times 7 is 21, right? So it's 24 bones. Boom, and we get our skeleton skull. Okay? Okay. And then we can ultimate logistical transporter our way. Boop-a-doop. Okay? So it's going to be... We do a pattern that's going to be this, and it's going to be very manual, but we're going to say 24 bones plus 6 sugar plus 2 Mobius fuel plus a lapis will equal a skull. Am I missing anything here? Boom, 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 boom. Done? Way faster. Agree? Did you ever even finish my 20 skulls that I asked for? No, you didn't even have the stuff for them, did you? What was I missing? No, you're good. Right. Forget why I didn't run it. Why didn't I run it? I don't know. I thought I kicked it off earlier, but whatever. So at this point, if I say 20 wither skeleton skulls, please. That ain't terrible. Right? That's pretty good. Now, who's making wither skeleton skulls over here? Who indeed? But you seemed slow to me. Should be one of these guys, right? Should be this guy. So you've got speed and energy upgrades. Why are you so slow about crafting? Why are you only putting one in at a time? Ignore the contents, never lock. Right? I guess the only other thing I could do is say make 32 at a time. Which shouldn't be too bad, right? So what we would say... $32, and then this goes in here. So now if I wanted 1, it's going to make 32 all at once. Right? And this bit's very quick. Especially if I put it on fast mode. And then this bit's going pretty quick. And then we're good. Okay. Cool. Now let's get you refactored, right? So your problem is when there's a wither there. So is there an entity detector of some kind? It's a pressure plate detector. That's what I'm looking for. Player detector. These are advanced peripherals. I'll use that if I need to. Mob detector? That could be cool. Online detector. Could probably do mob detector. Do I not have redstone repeaters programmed? Dire, please. I think this should be fun. All right, so if I say, hey, there's a mob detector and you're detecting mobs, I'm guessing your working area is tiny. Correct-ish. But if we did an add-on, I'm assuming you simply output a redstone signal if you've got some stuff. So now if I show working area on you now, are you showing working area? Or are you one of those I'm broken when I show working area guys? You might be the broken working area shower. Some of them are broken when they show area. I don't know why. But we could do this, right? And we can do this, and now you have power. Should make life easier. And I'm assuming you don't look like you need add-ons, right? So let's do this. Can you tell me via redstone signal... I'm feeling like laser IO, my go-to solution. Hey, there's a reason I made this mod. Input on white. And you can come down here. And on the up, you can output on white. Okay, and you can run with no redstone signal. So if you detect an entity, you'll stop running. Deal? Okay. And then let's do like... I don't think technically you have to do this, but sometimes I like right angles. What do you want from me? Zoinks, zoinks. That works. So now if I were in here, would you detect me as an entity? I can't tell because lasers... Yeah, look, it's seeing me. See, the redstone signal's on, and then I get out of there and it's off. All right, so look, if I were to put you and some soul sand in here. He places, but look, he's not putting the second batch in. Cool. Now, as soon as the wither spawns and dies, he will be allowed to place another batch in. Cool. I like that. I like that. I do. No more of that messy half-wither being built thing. And explodey dudes exploding things. Now, I think in fairness, if I wanted to, you know what it is? I think I usually have my areas chunk protected. So if I claimed these chunks, I bet you his explosions wouldn't break the soul sand and the wither skeleton skulls. But also, this is a more fun machine, right? So that's cool. So he should just be doing wither things, right? And then we should be getting star shards, which, I mean, you know, if I wanted another creative chemical tank, I probably could get one. You know what I think I'm going to do? Tell you what I'm going to do. Move you. And I'm going to get an ender chest. Of the white variety. You're going to go over here. Holy cow, look how much antimatter I have now. Right, and let's get a void upgrade for you, because yeah, we're at the point where we're voiding antimatter. That's where we've gotten to. Oh, it already has a void upgrade. Good job. Good job, previous tire. Already void upgrading things. Okay, you go away. And now all the antimatter you're producing will go into the drawer and be voided. So that it's accessible to me crafting. Right, so if I now, I guess you're still in the process of making that shard? Yeah. But now I should have no problem saying, hey, I would like a creative tank. Which I think I left items in this dude over here, so. Yeah, I did. Cool. So he's still crafting, I assume. Right, you are still crafting, I assume. Yep, you're on iteration 7 remaining. He is very fast, though. You have to give it to him. Why are you doing this? Probably because I sped up the speed of things. Yeah, that makes sense. Your speed is way higher now, so you're blowing a lot further. I'm okay with that. I don't think it'll hurt anything, possibly. Right? So then at this point, we can get another gauge dropper. We can get some fissile fuel. And then we can creative tank the fissile fuel. I can do this. I can remove you, which means your fissile fuel is dropping. We can place a creative chemical tank here, whose back will be an output. And then if I do this, we've got fissile fuel for days. And this setup should now sit idle after this back stuffs. And I'm cool with that. Are you guys cool with that? I'm cool with that. I think that would be pretty cool. Right? Yeah. And you can go away, and then this file, that'll go away. And I think it's wrapping up point. So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We have nether stars for days, which is cool. You know, if I wanted to, I could like keep in stock some kind of, you know, skull situation here. Let's get like 200 of those. That'll be a good start. And some soul sand. Or stack of soul sand. So that would be 9. Let's get... That's 12, right? 12 stacks, which would be... because it's 4 per wither, right? So divisible by 12. And then for wither skeleton skulls, I should do 9 stacks of wither skeleton skulls, which is, you know, a pretty good amount. We'll do like another 500-ish, and that'll be close. Cool. So the main event is this guy. He could probably be coaxed into going a little bit faster. What I could do to make him faster would be the same thing I did over here, which would be to make him do multiples at a time. But I think we're cool. Because on demand it feels slow, but this is way faster than it takes for the wither to spawn and die. So I think we're fine if we fully automate it, which I will probably do. For now, though, I sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time, and what are we going to do? I don't know. We'll find out then. For now, take it easy. Maybe blaze cake.